Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a long trade here on the S&P. So stop is going to go 96 3/4. Let's drop the stop right there. And the first target's going to be coming off right at the swing high up here at 3 1/4 to start off. We're going to take two contracts off there. And then looking for the final objective, basically just to kind of double this up. We're looking for our first target at 3 points. So the next target after that will just go to 6 points. Maybe a little bit lower, primarily just looking for those channel highs, and that's, yeah, I mean, it puts you right at 6 points anyway, 5 3/4 right there for now. So we've got our second target up at the channel highs, and that's kind of what we're looking for right now. But overall, we're seeing massive buying pressure on the S&P. All the way up this morning, we've seen the buyers just not stop. They took a little bit of a break in this area from around 1 o'clock this morning until the breakdown at 4. But when they broke back up again, they're just continuing the overall trend. And you can see that there may even be a little bit of a larger channel here, but they're looking more aggressive. Every time we come back down, we're making a higher low that isn't even coming all the way back down to those channel lows before ripping through the upside. So we're seeing them very much coming in aggressively here. After any pullback underneath the moving average, they rip right back up to the highs. And after that big rip up to the highs, they take a little bit of a break, primarily because nobody wants to buy way the heck up here, right? If you saw this giant move higher, that's great, but I can't buy way up here. That means my risk has got to go all the way down here in the same place, and now I'm risking 6, 7, 8, 9 points to really not get that much. So because of that, we're looking to get a pullback. And we get that little bit of a pullback right back down again, and a beautiful setup to jump right back in. 1925. We are playing around that big round number of 1900. And that's an area that we do have to pay attention to, just to the fact that those big round numbers can cause a little bit of havoc. But if we can start getting this going just on the basis of support and resistance, drawing a line in that 1900 level, you can see we held it. Now we broke through it, we're pulling back to it, and now we can bounce right back off of it again. So everything looking very firmly to the upside. It's just a matter of how fast do they want to push this back up. Now, we do have a couple things going on today, but primarily the big news is kind of taken care of. We've already got that out of the way. Now we're just waiting for really just the follow through. The only other big news really today is going to be crude oil for the inventories, but outside of that, we're looking great. So we've got our first target filled at 1903 1/4, and drawing up the profit targets here, that gives us 3 points on that first target. The secondary target, if we do it all right now in this one move, it's 5.5 points. We're just looking to take this off at channel highs. Now, the channel highs right now are at 1905 3/4, but that will move as more candles form. Obviously, we're not expecting this to go ripping up all in one candle here. So we're looking at the target right now at 5 3/4. It's 5.5 points if we get up there, but really, we're just looking to buy a pullback, right? We've got the big sentiment from the, wow, this move up. We've got the giant sentiment from the buyers. What was I saying? I wasn't expecting that to get filled all in one move. We have that big sentiment from the buyers showing us that the buying pressure is there. It's real. They're looking to back this move, but they're not going to buy way the heck up there. They've got to wait for a nice little pullback. Let them come down to a territory that they can get in cheaper, still looking for the overall move back up again. And that allows a buy at 1900 1/4, ride that move up all within one 5-minute candle. Very fast movement back to the upside, especially for the S&P. And we get them all filled all the way up. So 2 off at 3, that's 6 points. And then 2 more off at 5.5 points. That's 17 total points overall. It's 68 ticks. So 68 ticks at $12.50 a tick. It's $850. So beautiful move overall. I definitely wasn't expecting that all in one candle. But when you get a day like today, sometimes that's all you're looking for. We've seen the buyers be very aggressive to the upside, and they're not really letting the sellers come in. So, in that regard, it's almost not really that much of a surprise. But gorgeous move, nice little pullback buy, just trying to get in a little bit cheaper to ride that move back up, and it sure paid off. $850 on the trade, and that's going to do it. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.